This is the first screen you'll see when you log into HOKU for the first time. You'll have two options: New Enrollment or Track Application. If you're a new Hawaii Medicaid provider, you will select New Enrollment. If you are a Hawaii Medicaid provider and received a letter with your application ID number, you will select Track Application and input your application ID number on the next page. As a new provider, you'll need to select an enrollment type. To find out which enrollment type your provider type is categorized as, please visit the HOKU webpage at medquest.hawaii.gov/HOKU and click on the Resources tab. Then, click on the HOKU Waves and Provider Enrollment Type link. Close the HOKU webpage and select Agency. HOKU will automatically select Atypical once you click Individual or Agency. Then click Submit. This is your basic information screen. All the fields on this screen with an asterisk are required fields and need to be filled in. Enter your full legal business name, doing business as business name, taxpayer EIN or TIN, select your W-9 entity type from the drop-down menu, and select your profit status from the drop-down menu. Click Finish. Please ensure that you jot down your application ID number on a piece of paper. You'll receive an email with your application ID number within 24 hours, but it's handy to have your application ID written down somewhere so you can quickly reference and pull up your application later. Please note that as a provider, you will have 30 days to complete your application once you log in. If you do not complete your online application in HOKU within 30 days, you will need to re-enter your information again. Click OK at the bottom of your screen. Here on your dashboard, you can see all of the application steps that you need to complete. Step 1, called Provider Basic Information, is now complete. For Step 2, click on the hyperlink called Add Locations. Click Add. Here's where you will add your primary practice location. All fields with an asterisk are required fields and need to be filled in. First, enter your street address. Please read the Attention clause at the top of your screen. Enter your zip code. Click Validate Address, and HOKU will auto-populate the city or town, state or province, county, and country fields. In the box below, enter the hours that your office is open each day. Note that you will need to enter hours for every day of the week. For any days that your office is closed, select Closed from the drop-down menu. select Yes or No from the Handicap Accessible drop-down menu. Spoken Languages from the Languages Spoken drop-down menu. Then, click OK. Click on the hyperlink called Primary Practice Location. Scroll to the bottom of the screen to add your Pay To location. Scroll to the bottom of the page and click Add Address. Select Pay To from the Type of Address drop-down menu. If the Pay To address is the same as your primary practice location, select Copy this location address. HOKU will auto-populate the rest of the required fields on the screen for you. Click Validate Address. Then click OK. Click Save. Then click Close. Click Close one more time. Step 2 is complete. Now, click on the hyperlink called Add Correspondence Address. Click Add. Enter your primary telephone number and select Email or Standard Mail from the Communication Preference drop-down menu. If you select Email, enter an email in the email address field. Both email and standard mail communication preferences require a correspondence address. Enter your street address or P.O. box. Then, enter your zip code and click Validate Address. HOKU will auto-populate the rest of the required fields on the screen for you. Then click OK. Click Close. Step 4 is Add Provider Type, Specialties, Subspecialties. Click on the hyperlink. Click Add. Select your provider type from the Provider Type drop-down menu. As a personal care attendant, you would select No Specialty Required. Click OK. Then, click Close. Now that you've selected your provider type, you can complete the rest of the application steps in HOKU in whatever order you want. So, you don't have to complete the rest of the steps in chronological order. Step 5 is the Associated Biller, which is an optional step. If this does not pertain to you, click the hyperlink Associate Billing Provider to show that you completed this screen. Then click Close. Click the hyperlink Add License, Certification, or Other, which is Step 6. As a reference, MedQuest has posted a table with the required licenses and certifications for each provider type at medquest.hawaii.gov/HOKU. Click on the Resources tab and then click on the link Required and Optional Licenses, Certificates, and Documents by Provider Type. This table indicates the required licenses and certifications for each provider type. Close the web page. Click Add. As a personal care attendant, select Comprehensive General Liability from the License, Certification, or Other Type drop-down menu. Enter your license number. Select the date your license was effective. If your license has an expiration date, enter an end date. Click Confirm License, Certification, or Other. Then click OK. Once you finish adding all your licenses, certificates, or other documents, click Close. If another license is required for your provider type, HOKU will display an error message in the Step Remark column. Next is Step 7, which is an optional step. Please note that in HOKU, this step will be marked as complete. If you do not need to add authorized signers or bed information, you can skip this step and move on to Step 8. However, if you would like to add authorized signers or bed information, click on the hyperlink Additional Information. Authorized representatives are people that you authorize for claims and document signing. Bed information pertains to hospitals and nursing home providers. To add an authorized representative, click Add. Enter the first name of the representative, their last name, the start date of when you would like to add them as an authorized representative, and the end date of when you would like to have the person end as an authorized representative. Click OK. Then click Close. Click on the hyperlink for Step 8, which is to add provider controlling interest/ownership details. Read through the Per Medicaid Provider Manual and pay close attention to the Required Owners section. Depending on your provider type, you'll have different requirements for the type of required owners that you need to add in HOKU. Select Add Owner from the Actions drop-down menu. Select Corporate, Not Publicly Traded from the Type drop-down menu. Enter 100 in the Percentage Owned field. Enter the corporation's legal entity name, doing business as name, phone number, and start date for when the company was incorporated. Then, enter your street address or P.O. Box address in the Address Line 1 field. Enter a zip code and then click Validate Address. HOKU will auto-populate the rest of the required fields on the screen for you. Click OK. Select Actions, then Add Owner from the drop-down menu. Select Managing Employee from the Type drop-down menu. Enter their Social Security number. Enter 0 in the Percentage Owned field, and enter their first name, last name, date of birth, phone number, and when they became a managing employee. Then enter a physical street address in the Address Line 1 field. Enter a zip code, and then click Validate Address. HOKU will auto-populate the rest of the required fields on the screen for you. Click OK. Select Add Owner from the Actions drop-down menu. Select Board of Directors from the Type drop-down menu. enter 0 in the percentage owned field. Then, enter the board member's Social Security number, first name, last name, date of birth, phone number, and start date for when they were appointed as a board member. Then, enter the board member's physical street address in the Address Line 1 field. Enter a zip code. And then click Validate Address. HOKU will auto-populate the rest of the required fields on the screen for you. Click OK. Now, you need to verify owner relationships. Select Owner Relationships from the Actions drop-down menu. Read the question under the Add Relationships section and select Yes or No. Now, select one of the options for each associated owner under the Relation to Doe, Jane column and the Relation to Associated Owner column. Click Save. Click Close. Now, you need to verify owner adverse actions. Select Owner's Adverse Action from the Actions drop-down menu. Read through the final adverse legal actions/convictions statement. Select Yes or No in the response column. If you select Yes for any of the owners, add an explanation in the comments field. Click OK. On this screen, you can see that the relationship status is now complete for all the owner types, as well as the adverse actions. Click Close. Next, click on Step 9, which is to add taxonomy details. As an atypical provider, you will still need to click on this step even if you do not have an NPI. Click on the hyperlink, then click Close. Next, click on the hyperlink called Fee Payment for Step 10. Click Add. Select a fee payment option. There's an option to pay MedQuest your fee via mailed check, fee paid to Medicare, fee paid to Medicaid in another state, request hardship waiver, and MedQuest prior payment. Click OK. Click Close. Next, click on Step 11, called Upload Documents. As a reference, MedQuest has posted a table with the required licenses and certifications for each provider type at medquest.hawaii.gov/HOKU. Click on the Resources tab and then click on the link Required and Optional Licenses, Certificates, and Documents by Provider Type. This table indicates the required licenses and certifications for each provider type. Close the web page. Click Add. Select the document type you're uploading to HOKU from the drop-down menu. Select Fee Verification from the Document Type drop-down menu. Select Fee Payment Receipt from the Document Name drop-down menu. Select your document for upload by clicking Browse. Click Open. Click Add. Select License from the Document Type drop-down menu. Then select Comprehensive General Liability from the Document Name drop-down menu. Select your file for upload by clicking Browse. Click Open. Click Add. Select Tax from the Document Type drop-down menu. Then select W-9 Indicator from the Document Name drop-down menu. Select your file for upload by clicking Browse. Then, click Open. Click OK. Click Add. Select Letter from the Document Type drop-down menu. Then select FCBC Determination Letter from the Document Name drop-down menu. Select your file for upload by clicking Browse. Then click Open. Click OK. On this screen, you can double-check to see that all required licenses and certifications have been uploaded to HOKU. Click Close. For Step 12, click on the hyperlink called Complete Enrollment Checklist. Read all the questions on the checklist and select Yes or No from the drop-down menu. If you answer yes to any of these questions, enter an explanation in the comments column. Then click Save. Click Save. Click Close. Click on the Step 13 hyperlink called Submit Enrollment Application for Approval. Click Next. After you read the disclosure, scroll to the bottom of the screen and click the checkbox. Then click Submit Application at the top of your screen. Your enrollment in HOKU is now complete. A message will display at the top of your screen saying, "Your application number has been successfully submitted for state review." Return with this application number to track the status of your application. If you would like to track the status of your application, select Track Application from the Provider menu. Then, enter your application number in the Application ID field. Then click Submit. A message will then display saying, "Your application is currently in review by the Provider Enrollment Unit. You cannot make any modifications to your enrollment information at this time."
Mahalo for attending this training for HOKU, Hawaii's Online Kahu Utility System, MedQuest's new web-based provider enrollment system. We hope it was helpful. More information about HOKU can be found on MedQuest's website, medquest.hawaii.gov. Finally, on behalf of MedQuest, mahalo nui loa to you and for your commitment to Hawaii's Medicaid beneficiaries. Aloha.